Greetings, greetings, greetings. So I took myself on a walk into the woods. Just really needed to have some alone time and just reconnect a little bit with nature, which is what I tend to do when things kind of feel a bit heavy. Hello everybody. It is a beautiful day, a really beautiful day. Crossing now. I'm not even taking the kids with me. You guys are coming with me instead, which is really nice, actually. I just needed, nothing wrong with the kids or anything. It's just, Roman's going out of town this week, so it's going to be really intense with the 3 kids, and there are a lot of things going on, meetings. I'm just kind of trying to charge my batteries a little bit before a very hectic week ahead. Yeah, it actually feels really nice just to come out by myself and walk at my own pace. And I hear people somewhere. There are a lot of like birthday parties and stuff happening today out in the woods. So that's kind of a thing here. Like people will like find little spots and they'll host birthday parties here. I'm not really sure how I feel about that, because on one hand I think that's great, but on the other hand, like as long as they clean up after themselves, then that's fine, but people don't always do that. I don't want to bring down the vlogs and all that kind of stuff, but I also recognize that I can't possibly be the only one that, you know, goes through these sorts of phases. But ever since the Queen passed away, I've been in a bit of a, I've been in a funk. And now that I've had a little bit of time to process, I realize that it hasn't just been since the Queen's passing. Oh, you might notice I hurt my thumb. I was slicing mushrooms. I ended up slicing like the tippy tip of my finger. Basically what I was saying is that I feel like over the last few weeks, I think since coming back from the US, and then Linnea's Einschulung, and we had family visiting for that, and all these things were really wonderful and amazing, but with each of these things came the conversations of like my next steps. What do I do next? I just don't know. I don't know. And I don't know. I just feel like I never know. I never know. I have certain things that I would like to achieve, and am looking at potentially going back to school to do them, because I have my bachelor's, but would like some graduate degrees to allow me to really do what I would like to do. Things are progressing for Roman professionally in a certain way where we're not really sure if we're going to stay here or be somewhere else. I don't know how to make plans. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea how to make plans. Hey, I'm vlogging here. It's so loud. And I think for me, what's been really difficult is just all of the stuff going on with the Queen. And it's not so much her passing that's left this monumental hole in my heart, but it's kind of more like, it's hard to see a place when you're missing it so badly and you want to be there and you can't. It's like I've had just this immense wave of depression and homesickness for Greenwich and everything that we had there, that it's just been really hard to put that aside. This isn't a knock on Berlin. Berlin's been Berlin, and we've benefited greatly as a family from being here, and I don't know how. It's not anything against Berlin, it's just, it's not London. Brexit is what it is, and so it's a conversation where we both feel one way, but our heads and common sense kind of take over and are like, that doesn't make any sense to do that. What I know is that I am really sad about not being in the UK. It just hit me like a ton of bricks these last few weeks, last few days. All right, I found a park bench, so I'm going to sit here for a little bit and just finish up my thoughts before I continue with my walk. yeah, it's just nothing. It's nothing against Berlin. It's just Berlin's had the impossible task of trying to live up to what became my second home. And a lot of how I feel is in some ways harder than when I left the US, because when I left the US, I was very naive. I was young, like 22 years old, super naive, super, not that I was unaware, but I couldn't have possibly known all that would come, all that would follow, all of the hardships and things that would follow, like actually being in them. And when we left London, I was acutely aware of what I was in for. And this time, the task of getting kids adjusted, it was significantly different. Can you hear that? That's why I came outside today. It's just so beautiful. I love this weather. I love the moodiness of fall. Yeah, on the one hand, having kids is a wonderful distraction. On the other hand, it kind of, for better or for worse, allows you to push things aside, and then you don't really process them. And I think we're just reaching a point where we're starting to figure out what the next steps are. And it's not easy. Dinner time! What are we having tonight, kids?
Losteria.
Losteria? We're having pasta.
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 Good.
It has sauce.
Good.
It's good, huh? All right.
She said she doesn't have to follow the library rules.
Did she say why?
She says because she's the most special kid in the world.
Hello, 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 hello. So, Roman's out of town, and life is a bit chaotic. He's out of town, and I am home with the kids, and usually when he's out of town, we do very simple, very easy dinners because we do a lot of homework, we do a lot of reading, we do a whole lot of other stuff in the night. Getting everybody where they need to be academically each night is a huge priority because the kids have things that they have to turn in. So I'm actually gonna put you guys here. I pick the kids up, we get home, we get the homework knocked out, we get baths and showers and all that knocked out, and then as like a little treat, they can have a pizza night. So that's what they're doing. The kids are in bed, and they've actually been in bed for a couple of hours. I had a really nice evening with them, and they were really helpful in just getting things cleaned up, and so I let them stay up a little bit, and they could like read books and stuff and stay up a little bit later. And Calum and Linnea, even if it's like 5 minutes after their bedtime, they just think it's like the best thing in the world because they're up past their bedtime. So I put them to bed. I ended up watching The Crown for a couple of hours, and that was really nice. And then, of course, given everything going on, today was the Queen's funeral. So it was just, it was really cool to go back and like watch The Crown from the beginning, which is what I watched, and I enjoyed it. Watching everything today on the BBC with the Queen's funeral and just the pageantry of it all, and just basically the moment of her passing. It's been just nonstop processions and ceremonies and vigils and just all kinds of things. And might not make sense, but in a way, even though she's passed away, she's been quite visible. There's been the coffin there. It's been a very tangible thing that you could see and touch and still feel like she's there. But there's a moment in the ceremony tonight at Windsor, the coffin's literally being lowered into the ground, and it's like that's the last time that we as the public will ever see the Queen. And it was just like kind of this moment where I felt like it just hit me. I think that's really the only way to put it. Just suddenly it feels very final. But on the other hand, today was also the 3rd birthday for my 2 nieces in Atlanta. So I got to talk to them, and the kids and I sang happy birthday, and it was just really a reminder that life does go on. I got to talk to my sister, and just realizing again that, gosh, 3 years ago, those little girls were born, and I was so happy. Yeah, so getting all emotional here because, you know, that's just how it goes. I need to get to bed because I've got to wake up super early, get kids to school, get snack boxes and breakfast boxes for the kids packed and all that stuff. So I'm going to get to bed. I'll see you all tomorrow.